Hey, dude. So you really expect me to believe that you never podcasted or did any kind of radio before? Really? Come on. I'm not an idiot, dude.
So she's just being really polite? Oh, don't move. Alright, continue to not move. We'll figure this out together.
Yo, that was perfect. Perfect. Thanks.
Yep.
I was like, did I just break something?
It sounded like it.
It did.
Seriously.
So this woman didn't know what a podcast was?
Well, I don't think that she really completely understood that Vince was asking her to be on it.
She didn't know what it was at first, but then I told her it was kind of like a radio show.
But I don't think that she understood that you were asking her to talk to you on it. She didn't want you to have her phone number, and she also said that she would talk to you in person, catch up with you at one of your events.
I used to work at ShopRite, and she was one of my regulars. And she was a vegan, and she goes, don't call me vegan because I have coffee, and vegans don't have coffee. I was like, whoa.
Me too. I was like, I'm vegan.
Like, don't you?
And I drink coffee.
Like, I thought, okay, maybe she has butter every once in a while.
Yeah.
She said the word coffee, and I was like, I don't even think anyone even knows that, or
Right. Practices that.
It really, it's like people say this, you're not vegan for this, you're not vegan for that. I think there should be just an understanding where it's like, all right, like you do enough.
Yeah.
Because if you go to Thailand, if you have something that grows out of the ground, like garlic, you're killing the plant. A tree grows an apple.
Yeah.
When you eat the apple, the tree doesn't die.
Yeah.
But if you're eating,
I got you.
Yeah, if you're eating a garlic, you have to pull that root
the whole
out.
thing.
Right.
I got
So
you.
it kills
You're
the
killing
plant.
the plant.
Wow. Garlic is so good for you, though.
Yeah, garlic's amazing for you.
Not to mention, you can just break it off and fucking throw another root back in there and start fresh.
That's why I like saying plant-based.
Same.
So that I don't have to
Plant-based,
explain
it's very safe.
what I want to do.
Very
Like,
safe.
Also,
generally eat plants, but sometimes you don't know what I eat.
yeah.
I don't know.
Plant-based also, because people have always said that, like plant-based is one way to think about, like if you're a vegan and you're plant-based, so you eat only plant-based vegan food rather than junk vegan food.
Right,
So that's what
right.
plant-based vegan means. But then someone could just utter the word, I'm plant-based, and sometimes they also have chicken. They're plant-based,
Yeah.
but they have
Absolutely.
chicken.
There's those two
Right.
things, yeah.
So it's like we really, as this society of vegans, need to like remove these labels
I agree.
and just understand that what we're doing is just bigger than a name and name calling.
Labels
and
are
picking each other
awful.
apart.
Yeah.
Because what happens is
Super.
people also, like, you see these vegans arguing about what's vegan. You just feel bad for them because, like, it's like, yo, this person's trying.
They're exactly. They have the effort out there in general. Like, you're gonna fucking ridicule them for everything they do.
And then it's gonna, they don't want to be part of that society anyway. And then they start eating meat.
Because
and
it
dairy
seems like
and
such a
eggs.
cold society. Why would you want to be a part of people that are so like bullshit?
Or someone who's just starting out doesn't really understand it. They've been vegan, let's say, a year, but they did it for other reasons other than animal rights, and they're wearing a leather belt. And they don't really understand that. So it's like, as long as we're all heading in the same direction, let's not criticize each other.
Everybody's
Just help each other
trying.
get there.
Exactly. Let's help each other get to like
Yeah.
that place, rather than saying, "Oh, you're not it."
Yeah.
Like, hey, like, did you know, like, if you are this, you should probably think about that. Like, just help people and guide them, rather than saying, "Nope, I'm this and you're not."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of where the movement came from. A lot of the movement came from people who just wanted to be so different. Because there are people like that in the world, and the people
Yeah.
that want to do that make it so that you can't be that. You can't be that.
Yeah.
Like, when I started Try Vegan, I had a friend who was telling me a story about how I was going to start this truck to another person. And that person said, so what does he sell in the truck? And she said, oh, well, smoothies and this, that, and the other thing. And the guy goes, oh, well, that's not vegan. So some people are literally just out to be different.
Absolutely.
You know, so you gotta look out for those people in all walks of life, not just the vegan community.
Absolutely.
Because there are like, when someone's being genuine, you can tell. You know, when someone, and you appreciate that. Like, people who are genuine through all the walks of life appreciate people who are genuine on other walks of life.
Whoever sticks to their path, really.
So guys, meet Vince.
Hi, Vince.
Hey, Vince.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
This is Vince.
today.
This is what he does.
So yeah, introduce yourself. What are you guys doing you're in New Jersey right this second, but
Right this second,
Yeah.
here now.
We live in Oregon now.
Was working on a weed farm.
Yeah.
Now we're working for ourselves again.
if I'm not mistaken,
amazing.
you've amassed a good amount of followers on Instagram.
Absolutely. Let me try that.
It's
301,000 and dropping daily.
302,000.
Dropped.
Really?
301 today.
Dropped 1,000 in
Missy
one
had
day.
told me
The
about you,
algorithm.
and you had like 20,000 or
She
something
had
like
like.
that.
When me and Missy became friends, I didn't even have an Instagram.
Yep. That's right.
When I met you,
OG,
you
yo.
had 90,000. 4 years later.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
There's a
We put
picture
that in
of
our
us.
juice every day.
I want to look at it. and
Juice on the
see.
daily, and I learned today that if you put a lot of pineapple in your juice, you will shit your pants.
I had
She
pineapple
digest.
juice today.
I can drink.
My stomach was bothering me. But
It wasn't just.
I almost shit my pants. Like, you know when you're about to get sick and you're like sweating and you're running to a bathroom? That was me in New Hope. And the same thing happened a couple days ago when I had too much pineapple in
New
my
Hope
juice.
today?
Yes, for you.
I was either going to be in New Hope or Princeton and ended up in Princeton.
Damn, me and my mom's went to New
I
Hope.
wanted to go to New Hope today, and I thought about
It
how
was
we
dope.
went the other day.
If we all
So
saw
look,
each other there, I would have been like, oh
Here's
my
this
god.
picture of us from, I don't know.
Look at my chubby face.
2013, and it's got 74 likes. How cute. Back in the day.
Nothing
This is
gets
like
74 likes
This is
anymore.
OG.
You guys want gluten-free, non-GMO caramel twists?
That sounds fun. I'll try that shit. All into those.
What the fuck? Contains milk.
Fuck!
This one's vegetarian. The other one was vegan.
supposed to
What
pay
the
attention.
fuck? But if one is vegan, you would assume the one next to it is also vegan without even looking at the second.
You don't.
Enjoy, guys.
You would
I'm
think
not into that kind of
know.
stuff.
Oh, but they're good.
I'm gonna try it, but no.
Well,
I'd bring them back and be like, excuse me. Excuse me, I made a mistake. They'll return it. They don't care.
Yeah.
well, there's one ingredient in this, and that is organic mangoes.
Gross.
Not even sugar. What is your phone like? Like when you go on Instagram?
I turned my notifications off 5 years ago.
So when you log in and click it, like, does your heart just say like a fucking 1,000?
It says like a good number sometimes. That little thing in the bottom corner, you mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It'll say like a couple of followers, a couple of likes, a couple of comments.
Couple, like
couple.
a couple hundred, couple thousand.
I'll wake up in the morning and see like 23 on like Try Vegan, like my business that I've tried, and I'm like, oh wow, 23.
It's exciting. Honestly though, I really get more excited when I wake up from a text. Like wake up to a text from like Missy or like my real homies. Because the shit online, yeah, there's your supporters and your fans, and they're the reason that I have everything that I have, but, like, it's a different kind of love. And I've learned that in the last couple of years. That, like, that shit's awesome, but what's even more awesome is, like, the people you see all the time that give you that, like, physical love and support. Mm-hmm. My phone kind of gives me awful anxiety, because, like, Instagram feels like a job to me. Because if I don't post, then people forget about me, and if I don't do this, then someone else will, and blah, 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 blah. And it's almost like, when I started doing all this shit, I just did it for fun. I just like posted everything I was doing, and then at some point in between it became like anxiety filled, and I felt like I had to not show off to people, but like I felt like I had to post and I had to keep people up to date, and I hate that. I hate that.
How do you feel now?
I've had a lot of shit happen in the last year that made me realize like how to actually deal with it and like what I want to do with it. And it's a lot better now, but I literally lost touch for a while because like when Instagram blew up, I was blowing up at the same time. So it was really overwhelming. I went from like nobody wanting to hear anything that I had to say, and then all of a sudden thousands of people wanting to listen to me. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know how to make like proper complete sentences. I'm like, I don't know what you guys want from me, what you want to hear. And it freaked me out for a while. And it was weird that people would come up to me and know who I was. It all freaked me out. But now I really like it and I love it. And I love my fans, and if I meet them, I want to like get a drink with them and like talk to them. Because of Instagram, I have everything. I traveled the country 4 times back and forth driving because like my fans supported me and helped me. And like I got a job in the weed industry 3,000 miles away because of Instagram, because I knew somebody from the internet. Nobody could do that 10 years ago.
Right.
Like it was awesome. I love it now. It's good now. But when it like all started, it was really overwhelming because it was just like a lot at once. And I was like,
It's like you took off on a rocket ship.
yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck?
Right
You're
place, right
floating.
time. Yeah, and then you're just floating and you're like, now what do I do? Like I have this whole essentially market of people. Like you don't want to look at it like that, but these people support you and will pay for you.
It's a
Community. It is a
of
community.
people that you've created from, like you influence them in some way. Even
Yeah.
if it's just them, like, even if they like one
Even
picture you
Missy,
did.
like the like straight up, like that's what's awesome is like you do influence people, which you obviously see too with the stuff that you do and the food trucks and all the events. Like you see it. It's minuscule at first, but then all of a sudden it's overwhelming. At first, everyone thinks you're a fucking idiot, and then next thing you know, they're asking you like, "So how'd you do that?"
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. Even my dad, like, I moved away because my dad didn't support me, and every day was like, get a fucking job, like, get a real job, like, do something. And I'm like, I am doing something. Like,
do you listen to my podcast? You know my life?
This is what's going on with him, literally.
and you just keep going, and you just keep going. That's what I told Missy, quit your job and just get that yoga job and, like, just go. Just do it. Why wait till you're 30 or 40 or 50?
Or not even ever, you know, because then by then you think, all right, I should have done it then. And then it really fucks with you.
All my biggest regrets are shit I didn't do. Exactly. And I feel like that's everybody in this room. It's like all the shit I did and I regret, I don't even regret it. I'm like, I learned. It happened. Yeah, it happened. It's not, you're not wondering, like, what if? The what ifs kill me. That's the only thing that kill me.
Everyone. That's why, like, as soon as I had this idea, then, like, I had the idea for Try Vegan in 2014. So I was like, before it started. But, like, I saw it. I didn't know how big it would get. I couldn't imagine it getting this big in 10 years back then. But I thought of it like, all right, this thing is happening. If I'm not involved in it in some capacity, I'm going to really kick myself in the ass.
Because you were already about it.
Right.
And that's what hurts, is when you're already about something and it's taking off and you're, like, watching it happen. And you're like, I could be riding that spaceship. Like, I could be leading it. And now you're doing it.
Never imagining that, but...
That's what manifesting it is, just wanting it bad enough and, like, putting in what you have to put in to get it. The effort, the effort, the love, the want, the passion. So many people just do it for the money.
That's the worst reason to do anything ever.
That's the majority of what people do things for, is the money.
It's so bad. That's one of the blessings of that things are so bad, is that people are waking up to it. Like, it took Donald Trump to become president. For people to wake up to, like...
This is the third time I'm talking about that tonight now. I've heard that name. But really, though, and no wonder everybody's feeling like shit all the time recently, and everything's getting more stressful. Everyone, I feel like, can, like, feel the stressors of the world. And, like, I know this last year has been the hardest for me, and I feel everybody else's weight on my shoulders, too. Like, we have so much going on in this country and such a big change happening, negative change.
Every time something happens and, like, the whole world freaks out about it, I'm like...
You feel it? That's why I don't follow politics. If I follow it, I'd be insane.
Yeah. I never could. I was young and I went to Catholic school. And, like, they were saying, like, you know, it was pro-choice or what are the arguments? Pro-choice and pro-life.
Pro-life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they both sound great.
Mm-hmm.
Those both sound like great options. Why would you make me choose?
Yeah. No.
Like, why would you make me choose? What does that even mean?
They both sound good. What's the situation? What's the scenario? How's that person feel?
Right, but then those were the words that were being used. But what does that mean? Like, it had nothing to do with abortion. In my young head, it was just pro-choice or pro-life, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Such an interesting way to look at that.
Right after that, I was just like, this doesn't make sense. I'm just not going to put any time or effort into this. So I was always able to look at it from the outside perspective, where most people can't. They see the Democrats ruin the government, the Republicans ruin the government, and I'm like, what the fuck? Are you seeing this? It's everybody. It's the whole thing.
It's all of it. Everybody makes jokes about when, you know, election comes around. It's like, well, you just got to vote for the lesser of two evils. Like, no.
You're still voting for evil.
You're still doing it, though.
You know what I was just saying to Missy an hour ago? I was saying what needs to happen is an independent needs to come up through the ranks and put the two parties together. That's kind of what Donald Trump led to. He was a celebrity. Sure, he was affiliated with a party, and that's where he is now. But if we have a truly independent individual coming in there with no party affiliation, just saying, all right, let's figure this shit out. This is a mess. Let's put this in these files. Let's figure this out. Like, you know, let's look at this huge picture. Let's look at our budget as a whole. Just like, let's take that image. All right, military is fucking over 50%. Nothing should be over 50%. Rent shouldn't be over 50% in a business. And you're doing that for security?
Did you hear how the biggest thing right now, I saw on the news, they're trying to get another $800 billion to go towards military funding right now. I have no idea. And I asked my dad's very into that stuff. He's very up to date with it. So I called him and I was like, can you explain this? Oh, well, the last 15 years we haven't put money into the military and we need to, you know, up the planes and the guns and all. What are you talking about? What? Where's all my money going then? I thought it was all going to military. I thought all the money goes to military all the time. Like, And why do you need $800 billion? Why do you have to be at war in general?
What do these numbers even mean at that point?
That's more money than any of us all together are going to see in our lifetime.
That's more things than we'll see. You can't even imagine seeing that many troops.
Imagine giving every homeless person $10,000 instead of going to that, you know? Like, do whatever. Buy drugs, buy a house, get your life together, do whatever you want. But here's your money, here's your chance, instead of putting it towards the war.
You know, think about how much that would change someone's life.
Seriously.
$10,000 extra dollars a
Seriously.
year. That would change everyone's life.
But you're going to put, like, it doesn't make sense for it to go to the military.
Like, no one's shaking it up. No one's come in and said, hey, let's rattle this cage.
Yeah.
Let's see what's in here that doesn't belong. Let's get it out of here.
Or they haven't, they killed them.
Right. Yeah. That's what happens. They get squashed.
Or they put, they put us all to sleep with the stuff in our food and the stuff that they feed us in the media. And honestly, I think they put shit in the air and the water, but like, who knows how crazy I am.
You're not crazy.
Like, this is what I really feel, is that they put things in our everything.
Yeah, they want to make sure that we're as docile as possible. You can't blame them for that. Like, you can't, like, people say the government is evil, It's like, we can't comprehend what that's like. We can't comprehend having that kind of influence on the world. Like, you know, the ability to put chemtrails out. You know, like, we can't understand what their thought process is. We can understand that they would want to control the populace.
That's all I can think of, is control. That's the only thing.
Because you don't want, if you're in power, you don't want anything, you know, messing with that.
No.
Which is totally understandable. But what happens is that power just gets way too powerful. It's like they get not schizophrenic, but like they
power trip.
When you lock yourself in your room. Like,
Stockholm syndrome?
Not that. Like when
I'm just gonna keep shouting things out here.
Okay.
Eating my nuts. They have now become my nuts. Okay, go ahead. Get your thoughts together.
Yeah, it's so right there. What's that term when you think everyone's against you and out to get you?
Paranoid?
Paranoid. That's what it is.
Oh my god.
Paranoid schizophrenic.
Okay.
The government is then paranoid. So because they don't want anything happening, so understandably they want to make sure that humans are as docile as possible. And we spray them with these chemtrails and we give them this bullshit food. Everything's alright, you know, you're fine. You can watch your sports, you can fucking watch your Netflix, you can have a good time. It's like we're in a zoo. You know what I mean? It's like we're in an experiment.
We're a social experiment. I've had a lot of
social experiment.
All of us.
No, who's the thing that's doing it?
The government, and the government is just like some kind of outside alien source.
I don't think it's for us to know. Like, maybe
what do you mean?
I think it's beyond the
I think it's way beyond the government.
It is, and like there's good and evil. That's what Earth is. Earth is this planet of good and evil. It's always war, and it's always going to be that. It's always going to be good against evil.
It's like a testing ground.
We're good.
It's like a stomping ground for how good can you be, or how evil can you be, or how.
Because there's these other energies or higher intelligence or something that is like coming. There's like 50 billion galaxies out there, and we're gonna think that we're brand new and we're the only people here and we're first explored. No, there's people who have done this for thousands of years at this point, like hundreds of millions. That we're just like you said, we're a testing ground.
Yeah, or maybe we're like the Sims for them, you know?
Sims.
They just sit there and we're their video game and like it's a joke.
And why do you think we were all so hooked on it? Because at some point in our evolution, we're gonna be those higher intelligence, and like this is what they do.
That's our higher selves we're connecting with. The higher self is playing us right now. And we're
absolutely
we're on Earth trying to spread light and figure this shit out.
It sounds crazy, but you know when you even come into like, I had this thought in the shower the other day. I'll randomly have a lot of money come into my life out of nowhere. Or, you know, like it'll be a holiday and all of a sudden, you know, that's literally like when you'd be sitting there, rosebud, motherlode. Like, and these are like, I literally think that if I'm a Sims game, that's what's happening right now. Like,
yeah.
They let you do
like,
the codes.
Yeah, someone's coding me right now, and I just got my rosebud.
Yeah, it's like
that was the cheat code to get more money. It was like rosebud and motherlode were the two cheat codes.
You said motherlode. That's what.
It was the cheat code to get more money, and like I have this habit of coming into money in my life really randomly like that, and like. I'm like, someone just shot me a cheat code. Yeah.
Maybe that was a sign from you showing you that you could do that. And here you are doing it now.
Crack the code.
Wow. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, multi-dimensions. I've sent it my way.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But with the stuff in our food, really, like, I still eat bacon and I still eat meat here and there. But when I really stopped eating all that stuff and wasn't eating it for months, it was like one of the quickest awakenings of my life. And like I was sick for months at a time. I had a bone infection, and then I had a tattoo infection, and I had a couple other infections, and I really think it was because my body was like shedding all the antibiotics in the food.
It was cleansing yourself.
Exactly. So I was really
shoot out somewhere.
And like
that's probably the path of least resistance, was to shoot an infection in
whatever was weakest. And at the time I had teeth problems, and then I got a tattoo, so it was a huge opened wound. Like of course it was susceptible to infection.
Meanwhile, you had how many tattoos and never had that problem?
But as soon as I stopped eating meat, I was literally sick for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
and then I was great. Like I haven't, like knock on wood, but like everybody's sick, and I used to get sick twice a year. The stomach flu and the normal flu and bronchitis. Yo, I didn't get sick at all after any of that.
Once you cleansed.
Yeah, once I cleansed. It was so good. I died for 5 months, and then I felt like a new human. And it's great.
Yeah.
And like I feel smarter, and I feel more awake, and I don't feel as clouded. Like just the obvious shit, things that you should have been aware of, but like weren't. And I was angrier. Like I don't even know.
Yeah, you just weren't operating properly. It's like your brain is this thing that's trying to operate, and it's just clouded. Can't move, can't see.
I would be sick all the time. Like I would throw up every morning, or at least be like dry heaving. I don't get like that in the morning at all anymore.
Then you'd get sick, and then I'd get sick, and then you'd get sick. Now we just don't get sick.
Yeah, that's what I said about this season. It was like everybody got that cold. Everybody got the flu. Like everybody in the fucking country.
91 out of 100 people in our area have the flu right now, says the weather report.
Every time someone talks about the flu, I'm like, I juice. I'm not.
I've gotten it.
A juice, bitch.
And I swear it's because I'm vegan.
I'm like, what do you eat every day? You're probably gonna get the flu. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You should reconsider your diet.
Your body's trying to face
the food.
Right?
Yeah.
It's fighting that
what's
off.
coming from the outside.
Yeah.
It's going through this internal conflict while the fucking other places fucking
And getting
take over.
attacked at all angles from the
Attacking
outside.
yourself.
My grandma is lactose intolerant, and she
Most people are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like violently ill.
Aw.
And she drinks lactate, but it's still dairy milk. So she's like, I don't understand why I still have this cough, because her cough lingered for weeks. And I said, it's probably because it's still dairy milk. And she said, you know what, you're probably right. It like clicked with
right.
her.
Why would
That's
you
crazy.
drink lactate instead of just get almond or soy or coconut?
Because people like milk. I can understand that. When I was lactose intolerant.
Milk.
Oh, I was horrible. My diet, I had the worst diet in America probably. Like I would just eat strombolis and just
I would eat pretty
everything.
shitty too.
Same.
Oh.
I'd be up till like 3 a.m. snacking. I still do,
do.
but now it's like a hummus and
It's not
guacamole
chips and queso.
cashews, like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Bags of cheese.
It's so much better. Like I eat all I want to eat, like all the time, and well, I intermittent fast, so I just eat from like 12 to like 8, and the whole time just eating. But I'm able to eat as much as I want, and that's what I look like right now.
No.
No.
This is what you
No.
looked like 2 years ago.
That's what I look. That's okay. That's not a happy guy.
No,
Oh my god,
no,
you
I
look like
shut up.
35 in this photo.
dude.
People used to tell me I look like when I was a manager. They would say you look like 32,
That's today.
34.
Dude.
Yeah, you like that?
Dude.
I'm gonna stop.
That's pretty good, right?
That's pretty
Dude, you don't
good.
even look like the
That's
same
pretty
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely look like
Like a
different person.
completely different person.
It's funny because like I used to work with a shirt and tie, and my hair was done. It was actually gel back then, and people would be like, "Oh, like I'd say to the new people, how old do you think I am?" 32, 33. I even got 35 at one time, and I was 25 and 26 at this time.
Damn.
So now I'm 29, and I'll be like hanging out with my brother who's 21 years old, and people will be like, "Oh, you're like 24, 25." If I'm hanging out with 21-year-olds, I look that age. But if I'm hanging out with like 25, 26-year-olds, I look that age.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's really cool. You know, because like I'm eating healthier. I'm less stressed without a job. Like you'd think with all this shit I have going on, like I'd be stressed, and I'm really just not at all.
It's things for you to focus on and things for you to
I'm
do,
just
though.
really having fun with all of it.
You're supposed
And
to
that's how it
have
should
fun.
be. Yeah.
It's
Like-
fun taking care of yourself.
I have fun taking care of myself.
It's all very relaxing and enjoyable.
Yeah.
And like, there's some stressors, but like, it's okay because you're gonna go home and take a bath.
Yeah, it's like when
And you
go
have
out-
time to do that. And you're gonna smoke a fat ass blunt in that bath because you can and you have time.
It's like when you go out and start your own path. you can either stress out and grind and grind and grind and work and work and work, and that could be your mentality, or you can understand that you need to learn a lot. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. That's what I learned. In the beginning, I did so much and made a lot of mistakes. Now, I'm just understanding that whatever happens, happens, and I will take the time that it takes to recover.
Absolutely.
Because that's the most important part. You know, if you're just constantly like 6 days a week working as hard as you can, going to the gym every single day. I can't
do that.
That's what I learned with my shoulder.
You just can't. You're going to overdo yourself. You're going to hurt yourself, burn yourself out, and then...
That's what I learned with my shoulder, even doing yoga. Like, I was doing something that I love so much, but I, like, dove into it and I did too much. Trying to reverse a bunch of years of habits of bad alignment, and then I hurt myself.
That's what
and
happens.
I wasn't taking the recovery time, and that's how I learned how to, like, you know, you have to recover and take care of yourself.
That's how people get so cold in this world, too. It's like nobody takes time to heal when shit happens to them. And you're just forced to keep going because everyone's like, well, it could be worse. Or blah, 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 blah. And you're like, wow, I'm not even allowed to feel like shit. And, like, I'm so lucky that I have these friends right now that, like, support me going through this hard time. And that are like, no, take your time. Cry it out. Like, you got to go through this, and then you'll come up stronger. When I've been swallowing it, I freak the fuck out. I lose my mind. I don't even become me. I'm not even me anymore. I'm just nasty.
You saw me when I was going through it. Like, I had to, you know, I had to let myself feel and really feel the sadness in order to be able to process and truly feel happy again after.
I forget what being happy even is. And then I imagine people just get stuck in that feeling because they never take time. They're just faking it, faking it.
Right.
And then in their alone time, they're whatever, but then it's just like always.
Exactly. For me, I didn't fake it. You know, I owned it and like I lived it so that I could move on.
Yeah.
From the pain.
I remember one time you asked me what makes me happy, and I couldn't even answer the question. You know, I was like, I don't even know. I guess nothing.
Like, I don't even remember.
I've always found the ability to escape in music. Like, I always thank God for that. Like, no matter like what I was going through, I could always blast some music and not feel better, but just not feel anything. You know, just like feel nothing and just be okay with it. And like, then thoughts would come in and it'd be like, it's okay.
I always forget. I don't always forget, but I forget about music a lot of the times. And then when I do get really upset though and put it on, it helps so much better than just like sitting in silence or.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I meditate. That's my way. Like a meditation is a weird thing for most people. It's like it's so abstract. Like how do I sit there and quiet my mind? I'll tell you what. If I blast like electronic music, you know, sounds that have never been heard by humans before, and you're just sitting there and it's blasting and the building is vibrating, everything's shaking, you can't think anymore. You just can't think. So like that is meditation.
I know.
The thing about music with lyrics is it's telling you to think something. You know, it's telling, like Taylor Swift is telling you to think about that boyfriend. Whereas you go to an EDM festival and there's no word, and it's just like it allows these thoughts to come in, these feelings to come in. It's like this ultimate experience.
There's freedom. Nothing's influenced you besides the vibration.
And I think what's happening here is everyone who's in that culture understands that's what it is. Like they understand that is how you get to that place. And it's so easily attainable with technology. And that's why it just sounds like, think about trance. Have you ever heard like an amazing trance track and it's just like felt just so like you cried.
Feel it.
Like, I've cried numerous times just from music.
Hell yeah.
It's like, and that's what people have been trying to do this whole time. Like Mozart, Beethoven, all these brilliant composers are trying to just
make you feel.
Yeah, make you not feel. Because think about how like the piano, like you couldn't just hear music in the 1400s. You had to go to this place where this brilliant mind would like tap on these keys and make this sound that you don't have at your house.
Yeah.
And it would be in an amphitheater, so you're just trying to figure it out.
But isn't not feeling? When you have the music, don't you feel like this freedom that you don't feel without it?
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
So it really is like those feelings that it gives you.
But it's like a feeling of bliss.
Yeah.
Like pure bliss.
It like takes you somewhere else.
And bliss can make you cry of happiness. It can make you smile. It can really feel good.
I guess even in bliss, you can cry of sadness.
Absolutely.
You can call that bliss.
Yeah.
Like having a breakthrough. You know, if you're feeling that extent of emotion, you're having a breakthrough.
Yeah.
If it's good or bad.
That's true.
That's true.
It's like so powerful.
Yeah.
But a lot of people forget to have that positive. Because so many people cry at funerals and they cry at all these places. They forget to cry at a joy.
Oh my gosh, I love tripping face and crying. Oh my That's probably one of my favorite things to do. We'll like go through a box of tissues and just like laugh and cry at each other.
And there's tissues everywhere.
I'm like, why are you crying? And I'm like, I feel so good.
I'm so happy.
I don't even know. Like everything just feels right. Oh my god.
I don't really like that. I want to get that.
Oh, seriously. I love acid.
Seriously.
I had a lot of fun with you guys.
It's been a weird day. Yesterday was weird too. How about for you guys?
Yeah, the past few weeks it's been getting like extremely weird.
Pisces season, bitch. Be here. It's super emotional.
What season?
Pisces. They're sad.
I don't know how I feel about
Pisces.
this.
Sad.
Just emotional, just water.
I know. I'm water too. I understand it.
When's your birthday?
November 16th. I'm a month after Missy. Wait, 2 months after Missy.
I can't think of what that is right
Scorpio.
now. Oh,
Dun, dun,
of course.
Yeah,
I was waiting for you to realize it.
What are you?
Cancer.
Sweet. Cancer boys are so sweet.
I'll give you
so
diabetes.
Stop.
No, seriously.
Oh my gosh, that could be a meme, like how to pick up a zodiac chick.
Yeah. I would just say I'm a Cancer. Oh, you're so sweet.
Sweet young boy.
I know.
Didn't I just tell you earlier today that you were super sweet too?
I don't know. I hope so. Because I need this reassurance. I doubt myself sometimes.
Why? Why do you doubt
Kidding.
yourself? Stop doubting yourself.
It's hard. The most difficult collaboration is with yourself.
True.
The hardest thing for me is not judging myself and to be able to trust myself. I'm telling him what I should be telling myself.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Nobody takes our advice.
that's what
If we all did, we'd
all-
be a lot further in life.
We're all mirrors of each other.
Exactly.
Everything we tell each other. It's
Right.
like, I think once you realize that, you wake the fuck up. If you realize we're all just a reflection of each other, because like think about it. Someone cuts you off, you get mad at them because you don't know what you're doing also. Like I've noticed a lot of the angriest drivers I've seen don't know what they're doing, so they're very nervous behind the wheel, so when someone cuts them off, they get angry. That's what I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So those people, like someone who gets cut off and gets, like they all get angry at each other because they're just mirroring each other's emotion.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone cuts in front of me, listen bro, I make mistakes, we're all driving here.
Yeah.
Luckily I'm paying enough attention where I have to give you enough room.
Yeah.
You know, it takes two people to fuck up. And a lot of people just like, if you don't feel comfortable behind the wheel, slow down a little bit. Slow down around that
give
turn.
Some space.
Yeah, give yourself some space. You know, you shouldn't feel anxious driving. You should understand that you're in control. And that's life too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take that in life. People out there in radio. People out there in radio land.
It's a life lesson.
Nice.
You're going to get a lot of gems. Because I don't know when they're coming out. Kind of like, oh, there's one.
Every time I talk to you.
No, that's enough about me. I'm going to edit this shit out. That's too much.
I thought this was a podcast about hanging with Vince.
Yeah, so what have you been up to? How's Oregon?
Apparently it's...
Weed's legal.
I think it's snowing
What's that
there
like?
right
'Cause
now.
That's
It's
like...
snowing there right now?
Thank
Yeah.
God we're not there.
Get out.
Fuck.
There's some
Bad.
kind of cold front.
Shit.
We're not there. It's good.
Weed
'cause it's
legalization
coming
is
to New
amazing.
Jersey. So when in the
There's
state...
limits, there's rules, and there's loopholes.
It's not as fun as it sounds.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
But it's cool because you can be carrying or you can smell like weed and you don't have to be paranoid about it at all.
Yeah.
Because it's legal. Like everybody smells like weed.
Mm-hmm. Just walking outside, it smells like weed.
Do
Yeah.
you guys live in like a city area or what?
No.
We live farm
It's like in
country.
Missy's face.
Weed
She's like,
farm
what's a
country.
city? Can't even get an Uber to a city. We just got Uber.
It takes us $80 to get to
December.
the city on Uber.
But it's awesome. Weed legalization is amazing, and it's nice to not have to be paranoid. And it's nice to know what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
There's limits, and it's really
taxes.
expensive, and there's taxes, and
Are there dispensaries out there or what?
like everywhere.
Lots of dispensaries, lots of growers.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
Almost everyone.
Farms
Almost
everywhere.
everywhere you
If you're
turn.
driving through the country, you're gonna see
How does
at
that
least 10
feel?
farms.
Like what's the feeling driving through like a marijuana farm?
I'm like desensitized to it at this
Yeah.
point.
So it's
awesome.
really
Does it
fucking
smell
cool
good?
at first.
oh my
yeah.
gosh, it smells
Yeah.
so good.
I
You
barely
just
notice
smell
the smell
weed?
sometimes though because it always smells, you know?
It's one of those things you work in a coffee shop all the time. At some point, you stop smelling the coffee, but everybody else smells it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
you
when
go
I
into
went
somewhere,
there-
people are like, whoa, and you're like,
Yeah, like when I went there and I went in the greenhouse, I was like, oh my
It's
god.
amazing. It's literally a sea of green.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like
It's
all your
glorious.
dreams.
So beautiful.
It's glorious. I
have so
felt
many
10
pictures.
times healthier just being inside.
Yeah, the energy.
I can't imagine what it smells like in there.
It smells
Amazing.
so good. And
Definitely
it feels so
smells good.
good. You're out so much good energy. It's
Yeah.
really
Plus the
happy
lights.
plants, the lights, the heat.
It feels so nice.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Working on a farm was amazing.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. It's like a lot of plants.
Oh yeah.
What kind of farm was it? Hydroponic or was it aeroponic or was it dirt?
Soil.
Soil.
Yeah.
1 acre was outdoors, so only during the summer, and the other half an acre was a big greenhouse with like a lot of plants.
Why did they opt for soil versus all the other
It's the best. It's the most organic. You
Yeah.
can't do hydro organically. So
You can't get an organic cert.
what do you mean?
You can. I mean, it grows either way. You use the word organic as in like a certification, like so you can't have certified organic weed. Like, do they have certified organic?
Yeah,
weed?
the company that we work for is certified organic
That's right. Hydroponic can't be organic
because
because it's
you
not in soil.
correct, but also because you have to flush it with things when you're done growing it. I'm not really sure because we've never really grown hydro, but there's something
I've
about
looked into
flushing it.
I've looked into this whole process because I'm starting
Yeah.
this company called Forever Farms, which is going to specialize in aeroponics and hydroponics.
Awesome.
So that,
So yeah, there's a lot to learn about that then.
yeah, there's until they change the law, if it's not planted in soil, it can't be organic.
Okay.
So what
yeah,
they
with
do,
hydro,
It's
you
not
flush
just
it
the
with
soil.
salt.
It's like what you flush it with. that
Yeah, you
affects
have to,
the
like-
organic. Like,
At some point, you empty all the water and flush it with this other mixture of like salts and chemicals to pull something, and that's not natural.
yeah, aeroponics doesn't use that. Aeroponics is different from hydro.
Yeah.
So you might need something in hydroponics that aeroponics doesn't need.
it
But
could be.
that's,
Dude, that's awesome.
Yes, but as far as organic goes, you use words like pure. You know what I mean, like it's 100% pure because it's just grown with water. It is pure. Or just call it hydroponic. Maybe
Yeah.
We'll just pick up on that. Because I'm starting off with microgreens. That's how I'm starting this company.
Microgreens, like the little things you put in your salads.
Yeah.
They're always at the salad bar. I'm like, don't know what they are, but they're good.
But I'll take them.
They're like beans and sunflowers and.
Yeah, they're just literally little sprouts that grow in water. Super easy. You know, ultimately the goal is to get people to do it themselves. But
Yeah.
you know, the first step is buying it in stores. You know, that's always the first step. The first step is, all right, what's this product? Let me buy it. All right, I can buy it. It's expensive. Let me make it. That's like, I'm trying to be the first step in all those directions. Like, that's why it's try vegan. It's not, hey, let me force vegan down your
Do
throat.
vegan, go vegan.
Yeah.
It's try. Yeah, that's nice.
I was
No
luck-
pressure.
I was lucky enough to get in super early, and when I had the idea for the name Try Vegan, I looked it up and I couldn't believe it wasn't taken.
Yeah.
So I immediately formed the LLC and I immediately trademarked it. I had to. It was such a
Yeah.
big name.
And this was 2014.
Yeah. Because I saw the vision for it even before, like, it happened. It was just so big. It hit me like a ton of bricks. It was the craziest thing.
Yeah, you have those.
And then
that happens to you, and you need to follow it.
Yeah, and it was one night. It was between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. And I just took a notepad out and just started scribbling nonsense. And this nonsense now evolved into a podcast. And we're sitting here talking because of it. You know, I could still be working in a retail job. You know, I could wake up tomorrow and that could all have just been a dream.
If you didn't do Try Vegan, I don't know if we'd be friends.
We wouldn't know each other.
Well, we knew each other. If we would be friends.
What we have is deeper than like this 3D level. So we would have bumped into each other at ShopRite, and it would have been weird and different.
Okay. All right.
But like here we are,
Okay.
like fulfilling our highest purposes, and here we are meeting.
True that.
Or not, or whatever. We're just humans living on this earth, and like after we die, we go to heaven or hell, and that's it.
No, that's not what
No,
happens. Heaven and hell is fake. It's made up.
Heaven and hell is instantaneous.
I don't know exactly what you mean by that.
So you're, let's say you rob someone, right?
Karma?
Karma. So you're living.
I agree.
You're living in that life of looking behind your back. Like,
This is heaven and hell. We're
Yeah,
here.
and your decisions right now
We're the devils and the angels.
put you in that position. And the thing is, you have to realize it. That's the first step, is realizing my decisions put me where I am in life. And as soon as you realize that, you make the right decisions, and you get into a better spot in life. It's kind of how it
Absolutely,
works.
though. Yeah,
It's like we complicate things, you know, like these things are so simple, and then it's just like we forget.
absolutely.
Life does not have to be hard. We
Because once
make
you
it
learn
hard.
that, exactly, you make it hard.
Society's not made it easy at all.
Absolutely not.
Don't get me wrong. That has not made it easy.
We talk about this shit like all
the time.
day
This is life.
long.
I've never met you guys before, but it's
Yeah.
great to get your perspective
Hi, nice
that
to
is on
meet
a
you.
similar frequency. So,
Absolutely.
I've known for a long time that you guys meet.
I feel like
I've
we've been
said
like,
it.
let's meet Vince.
And then finally, like the other day, I don't remember which one of you it was. I think it was you. He was like, yo, what the fuck? Why haven't we met Vince yet? And I was like...
It took a while. You guys have been here a while right now.
Yeah.
We might even change our flights,
We
but I
booked
don't
on
know.
one way, so that's
What?
why it ended up being this long. Because we were like, let's wait for cheap tickets. There's no...
I'll probably never be ready to go back.
You're never going to be ready to go back. That's why we got to go back,
But what are you
wrap it up,
trying to
and
do?
come
What's
back.
your next move?
I'm going to move to LA
Mm-hmm.
for a couple of months, hopefully. A couple of months to a year, and then I want to come back here when weed's like really legal. And I have a lot of experience, and I love LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be out there for a little bit and get sick of it.
Mm-hmm. All of our stuff's already out.
But all our shit's already out there. We spent so much money going out there that
Yeah. Might as well finish our
endeavors, yeah.
out there and then come back.
At least you know yourself well enough to know that you're gonna get sick of LA.
Hell yeah.
I guess epic is like you're not like some starry-eyed girl. I'm gonna move to LA forever and become a star.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm just gonna go to LA and when I get sick of it, I'll come back to New York.
Exactly.
Take advantage of it
Just
as
live in
long
these
as we
cool
could,
places.
you know?
When I'm there for a month, I get sick of it, but like,
yeah.
I have really good friends there.
But it's like, you know, if,
Like
you,
I have
if you
here.
can get out of the city every once in a while too, like it's
Go up
not
to
bad.
Oregon. I plan to keep driving to Oregon to like buy weed and
Yeah.
shit.
See our homies that we have there now.
It'd be so bad.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Shotgun. No, not shotgun. What do you even? Why would I?
I don't even know.
Yeah, why would I call that after?
Nah.
Shotty next piss.
Johnny next piss.
Shotgun made me think you wanted to like keep it between your legs or something. You know? I was like, oh.
Like that'd be like fucking. You know that game where you put the knife in between your
Yes,
fingers?
and you're
It's
like-
like that kind of game. So what are we doing later?
Not that.
No, we're not playing fucking like pickle holing. We don't want to go pickle holing with me.
Where would we go pickle holing?
Any toilet.
Any toilet? You want to just go to like the Wawa?
Right here.
That's a good toilet.
Right here?
Yeah, we got a toilet. We
True.
got 3 toilets. Pick your hole and pick a hole.
Well, let's make it like
Get
Fear
out.
Factor.
You didn't know he has his
We'll
own
go to
bathroom?
like a.
How many legs can you pee through?
Pick a hole.
I'm gonna have to lock myself in a room for like a day and edit all these podcasts now. Just cranking these things out.
That's good.
How many episodes do you have uploaded right now? Like that anybody can go on.
9.
this? Nice.
Yeah.
Flying through.
He really is.
It's like absurd. Because everything I'm doing, this guy Frank, he says I'm doing everything that's not how it should work,
Really?
but it works.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like the way I'm doing it just works.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what?
'Cause I don't even listen to podcasts. I don't even know like what people expect.
Really?
No, I don't. The best shows are just people hanging out.
Yeah.
Just people hanging out. You're just part of the conversation.
Yeah.
We're all hanging out. Like that's what this should be. I mean, it can be whatever it wants to be, you know. But like, this is what I would want to listen to. So this is what I'm gonna create.
Yeah.
Because I know I have so many interesting people in my life. That's what I know I'm blessed. So many people's stories, so many people with great minds. I've done 9 episodes, and like the content that's coming out from these brains just coming together and thinking about shit. It's like, whoa. As I was saying in my last one, what I really want to do is I want to develop this app and make like a forum, so everyone who's like-minded can like have this platform to just speak.
Yeah.
It's so multifaceted. It's like all these different things that like we can all just like discuss, feel the same way about.
Yeah.
Place to come together.
Mm-hmm. Little platform.
So that's what I'm trying to, I guess, create here. That's what's being created through me doing this.
The magic is happening.
This year's been crazy. Whatever's going on out there is different.
Lots of people are waking up.
Lots of
Yeah.
people are awakening. It's crazy.
And we all feel that energy. We all feel each other, whether you want to admit it or not.
Someone was telling me it only takes like 1% of the people to wake up the rest.
Yeah.
1% of the people just needs to say, hey, come on, guys, let's go. Think about a fire. Think about one leaf on fire. And think about what that could do to a fucking... Think about what that does to Hollywood. Wait, you want to hear
internet.
something crazy?
What?
You guys have been to Princeton University.
Yeah.
You remember those heads, those creepy heads? I don't know where it is. It's on the campus, but you have these heads. Right, these animal heads. The
That-
Chinese zodiac. But they're really creepy, like Illuminati looking fucking masks.
Really?
How have I never seen them?
I know.
Like,
we were
have you-
always playing Pokemon.
Have you guys heard about that? Back in the 30s, they did this fucking festival where they had all these weird masks on. Those masks looked like those things, right? And they were
Okay.
all sculptures that were just on Princeton University's campus. I was driving through today. They weren't there. They're gone now. So I'm thinking that's very symbolic.
I don't
Like
remember
these-
seeing them.
Me neither.
I Googled them.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Mandela effect. Then I Googled them, and now they're not there anymore.
When did they? When?
This winter, at some point.
I want to
So-
see them. Google it.
Yeah.
Who's
I
got
see
a
it.
phone?
I hear them.
Who's got a phone? Just look up Princeton University Zodiac sculpture removal. Why don't you do that? See what happens. It's easier to type a Google search than it is to word a Google
To
search.
explain it to somebody, like, what did your
I
brain
learned that
go
the hard
to?
way just now.
It was during their art museum thing. Princeton University Art Museum installed 12 monumental sculptures. Ew. Wow, I don't know what word I just said, but
We
good
got it.
enough. Circle of Animals Zodiac Heads are the renowned contemporary Chinese artist, architectural designer, curator, and social activist A Weiwei. Blah, blah, blah. Will be on view from August 1st, 2012 to December 4th, 2016.
What?
What?
So this was like a year ago. 2017 wasn't real. Let's just talk about that.
When
So
was
maybe
that
you think
till?
it was that it?
Oh yeah, that's it. So like,
Oh, I remember those now.
well, they're not there anymore.
Yeah,
I think
no.
that's very symbolic of like some kind of like
Wait.
dissolution of like those powers. Like they're just not there anymore. The fear-based whatever that was running everything is kind of just up and leaving. Let's say there was this negative frequency that had a chokehold on this planet.
Oh, okay.
We've
I
brought
get what you're
enough
saying
light.
now.
We've brought enough light to it that those frequencies are no longer comfortable.
Yeah.
So they're just going away. It's like if you. This is not my thing about like people are fearful in meditation, right? People are fearful to get to that place because they don't know what's out there. Well, guess what? If you're scared, and you're gonna bring in those frequencies. If you're coming from a place of love and light, it's like you wouldn't want to go into cold water. So those entities don't want to go in there because it's just not comfortable. They're not gonna fuck with you because they don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
You know, like why would you go in cold water just to fuck with someone? So as long as you keep a positive mindset through everything, you're a rock.
Absolutely. I wish I saw those things though. I never saw them.
I couldn't picture
Oh,
them for
I
the
gotta
life
take a
of
piss
me.
still. Where's that?
Straight down the steps. I left the light on. They look huge.
Second floor.
I guess these aren't that bad.
No, they're not.
But they don't taste like butt. Like fresh mango tastes like butt.
It's fruit leather.
This doesn't taste like butt.
Told you it was good.
It's not good.
I can't even eat mango. Mango burns my face.
What does
I'm
that
like
mean?
allergic to it.
But then how do you eat dried mango? Doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. I kind of just realized that as you said, like you know how pineapple burns your mouth because the enzymes are eating away at your flesh.
Now I know.
Yeah, it's
Is
crazy.
that why it makes me shit?
It could be it.
Dude, pineapple does some awful things to my digestive system.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking love pineapple.
I love it,
It's its
but
defense mechanism. You know, from like It's like a pesticide. So that's what it's doing to your skin, and yeah, I guess you're just really
Are you
sensitive
telling me
to
that
it.
pineapple's not good for
I love
me to
it.
eat?
No,
it
no,
is.
no, I'm
It
not
is
saying
good.
that
It's
at
good.
all.
Really good
Pineapple's
for
very
you.
good for
It's
you.
really
what I
good for
thought.
digesting.
It's
Oh,
actually
stuff.
why is
good. It's
this
actually good
so
for digesting.
Yeah, but
Oh.
that's the
crazy.
purpose of like enzymes.
It like
you know?
cleanses you, man.
Yeah. It like
Okay.
Like
Okay.
it's not for humans not to eat it, it's for insects not to eat it. So sometimes we're sensitive to that insect repellent.
I'm gonna keep eating all your mango.
Good. Listen, people, if you're vegan, dried mango, it's a great substitute for jerky.
I don't even like jerky, dog. Tastes like candy.
If you like fruit roll-ups.
I think you can catch this in your mouth right now. I'm feeling it.
Oh.
Wow,
That
rim
was
job
in
for
there.
sure. All right, one more time. Let's go. Let me rip it in half. Maybe it'll be.
Oh.
I'm done.
My first one was on point.
How's Mount Shasta, ladies?
I heard sounds there that I've never heard
Well,
in my life.
Let's start off
Yeah.
by informing the people what Mount Shasta is. So what is
It
Mount
is
Shasta?
the root
That's what I was
chakra
thinking.
of the world. Very grounding. Very loving. I don't really know what the other ones are.
I've looked them
I've
up.
looked them up
I can't
too,
remember
But the
never
only one I really remember is Mount Shasta.
You gotta go
because I
there to
was
remember.
there,
So once
yeah.
you go, that's how my memory
Uh-huh.
works. I have to do it to remember it. It's sad.
Yeah, Google Earth chakras. You put the phone down.
I
Almost
did.
there.
I did.
We're about to enlighten these people and give them knowledge about the Earth's chakras.
It was
just,
awesome. We like heard things and felt things and
we saw things on the mountain.
saw things on the mountain. Lights.
Lights. We saw lights, and we
Like
definitely.
Aurora
The constellations
Borealis
all
type
connected.
lights.
No, like people on a part of the mountain.
Like,
There's
all the way towards the top.
a legend that
Flashing lights at us.
the Lemurians live in the mountain.
Under the mountain.
Under the mountain.
Under.
A city.
Yeah, whatever.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like a city
The
Yeah, because
Marians.
there
So who are
was-
these people?
from Atlantis.
And you know how it went.
Atlantis still exists. Some of the people from Atlantis still exist, they say. And it really feels like magic out there.
So the first chakra point is Mount Shasta. The second is Lake Titicaca.
South America.
South America.
West of Brazil.
Above Chile, I think. It looks like.
Yeah, let's see how our fucking
I'm not sure.
geography.
Yeah.
There's another one in what looks like the UK.
The third one is in Australia. I can't. That's kind of blurry. The Olgas is what that
You probably
says?
find a better picture.
Probably.
There's 7 of them. We only got 2. Let's bail. Wait, is there like a YouTube clip? We could just play that and inform everyone so we're not bumbling. I'd like to know.
Me too.
Alright, people, you're about to learn about the Earth's chakras. Why is that so bad? Okay, there you go. Oh, so this is not informative at all.
Mount Shasta, California, USA.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be anything. Stop. Okay.
I should go to the next one now. Oh, I love the UFO cloud.
Me too.
Because UFOs come to Mount Shasta and it is a meeting point.
They travel through those clouds so you can't see what's happening.
It feels like a different energy, like
There's a different world there. You don't want to leave once you're there.
you're in a vortex. And you feel it. Yo, can you imagine if that's the guy that took a picture of us?
I'm
And
telling you.
we're on there somewhere. Like, where is that picture?
Forget about that picture. I'm telling you, that guy was like a Lemurian.
Forget about that picture. It was, wait.
He was like trying to let us in somewhere or something.
Welcome to this new series on Earth Chakras.
3 minutes.
He seemed special.
Let's take a global overview.
I don't know how to use this iPhone.
I know you
There are
don't.
7 chakras on the Earth's
I don't
surface.
like his voice. Chakras.
Then there are 4 world centers. There are 4 spinner elementals. And finally there are 2 dragon lines, which are world-class ley lines, the rainbow serpent and the plumed serpent.
What do you mean?
Let's take a look at the chakras. The energy of Shasta, the first chakra, is like a geyser, a great uprush of life energy or prana without shape or structure.
It's fine,
Lake
don't.
Titicaca is one of the 2 greatest ley line crossroads on Earth. The rainbow serpent intersects the plumed serpent at the island of the sun. Energies from Lake Titicaca are sent to Uluru via the world ley line
It's like
artery,
delayed.
the feminine rainbow serpent.
This is not a good video.
So the Earth has chakras.
So, can we go back to what I was doing? I was doing a better job.
Missy, why'd you even listen to what he was
I'm sorry.
I'm just
Because-
kidding.
Honestly,
I thought it was going to be a simple list, you know?
honestly,
I thought you'd give us little facts and tell us where they
Yeah.
are and... Sorry.
yeah, let's go back to the list idea.
You can have this.
That's what I thought.
You can have
There's
this.
one piece left.
Have it. Don't let it stop you.
Yeah, don't even play.
Do you not want it?
Let's have it.
I want you to have it. Not only
Okay.
do I not want it, I want you to have it.
I want a falafel right now. And I can't have that.
Hey, if you're at my truck, you could.
Is that clear?
Alright, this is much clearer. Okay, so, as we were saying, we left off on the 3rd chakra. The 4th chakra is in, what looks like, what does that say?
Glastonbury.
Thank you. And, how do you pronounce that one?
Shaftesbury.
And then the 5th chakra, throat, is in,
The Great Pyramid, the Sphinx.
Mountain of Olives.
Wow.
6.
Third eye.
It is in no fixed location. Currently at Glastonbury with the heart chakra, I guess. 7th is Mount Kailas? Kailas? What?
In Tibet.
That's your 7 chakras.
What if you guys start going to everyone just by coincidence? Up
Just-
the chakras.
That's the plan.
And
By
I-
coincidence was at the first one
Google.
first.
Anybody has written about going to all of them and how they feel.
Alright. Wait, how do I Google that?
Visited all 7 Earth chakras.
But I mean, what if they're not vegan?
It makes them a whole different. They're not even people.
That
now.
was real.
I don't know if anybody's done it.
Well, there one is. What do you mean, like the unfixed location, like it moves? What is the serpent thing? I don't even understand that.
Like the double helix of the DNA. Like it's shaped like that. They just called it a serpent.
It's the dragon line thing that you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's this thing about the snake, like, and the serpent, and, like, it's everywhere, and it's, the kundalini, and it's, like, in all the
Ouroboros.
medical signs.
Has anybody ever visited
It's
all
never
the
been.
Earth's
It's never
chakras?
thought to been done before.
It's probably been thought of, but maybe no one's completed it.
No, I'm kidding. It's definitely done.
Because that one spot moves, so that could make it kind of difficult.
But right now it's with the heart chakra, they said.
Yeah.
You could get 2-in-1 deal right there.
Yeah, just go to the UK.
Is that where it is?
Yep.
Wait, it's in the UK?
Right
Look
now.
it up right now
Let's
because
go.
we could just go to London. I got a friend we could stay with.
Okay.
What if this just altered the course of your lives?
It might have. It really might.
Like, you
I
guys
mean,
go
it
there
definitely
and,
did.
like, find like some kind of like thing that you didn't know.
Dude, we like really got opened up in Mount Shasta, but if we talked to our neighbors, we would have been even more opened up. And it's probably one of
Can you
the
imagine?
biggest regrets of my life is not talking to our neighbors.
Can you imagine if we, like, the next time we go to a point, Earth Chakra point, they're there.
Yeah, remember we saw the energy grid? And that's the energy grid that connects all the chakras. Remember when you looked up at the
In the
sky?
sky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Everything was connected. All the stars were connected.
Everything.
Missy saw it. And there were so many shooting stars, but they weren't shooting
They were
stars. They were
spaceships.
spaceships, for sure.
Yeah, because they didn't look like just shooting stars. They were shooting spaceships.
Very distinct things. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go back.
I can't wait to go back.
And you like felt things watching you, but never threatening. Something like pulled Shelby's.
Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Right after you said
Yeah,
that?
I felt it.
Like, oh my god.
Like pulled Shelby's cigarettes away from her.
They moved by themselves.
Hey, if you want to catch up with Vince on your own, then you need to visit catchingupwithvince.com.